the end, you demand a crass cover, and then I will do that too. Just to put the word out there.
Can we pick which one?
You can try. So I had a show canceled 2 years ago in Germany.
Do you remember?
I had a group refuse. Well, they had already started setting me up a show, but then I guess they like went through my lyrics line by line and decided that using the word apartheid to describe the situation in Palestine is anti-Semitic, and they said we can't host you. And I was so pissed.
Fuck.
I was like, do you even
In Germany?
Yeah.
Yes, it was an anti-Deutsche squad.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, it was. And then I became acquainted with those folks. And I emailed some friends, a bunch of different bands, and I had friends like other radical leftist folk singers who were also Jewish, who were like, yeah, I had a whole tour canceled by them, and I'm Jewish. Fuck off. I can say whatever the fuck I want about Israel. But no, I was just hanging out in Glasgow with Jewish Israeli anarchist war resistors, right, who refuse to serve in the Israeli military, and they go and they stand with the Palestinians in the villages and stuff.
Yeah.
And they can't do fucking speaking tours in Germany because they get harassed by them.
There's this really over the top white guild, well, German guild actually. That I don't know. And did you ever try to argue with them? Did you ever try to discuss it?
We were on tour there last year, and Tom Frampton from Riot Folk, from my collective, who's Jewish, is sitting there arguing with them, and they fucking wouldn't have
There's
it.
no way arguing with them.
Like,
They're just so... There's actually been a pro-Israel demonstration organized by, I don't know, some groups in Germany, where the anti-Deutsche part of the anti-fascists, the anti-Deutsche Antifa, as well as some Nazi group who also is pro-Israel and anti-Palestinians, and they were just walking there together in the same demo.
this is like in England now, the fascist groups support Israel, right? I'm sure they're still anti-Semitic too.
Yeah.
They're like anti-Semitic Zionists. We have them in the US. They're all over the US government. Like,
Yeah, but I used to live in Brixton and we had German Tina, and she was just no question asked.
yeah.
Like, way, really narrow-minded.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, there's like right-wing Israelis who don't support Israel as much as those anarchists.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I'm not going to sing another song about Palestine. I'm going to sing this song. But why was I mentioning that? I don't fucking know.
It's not about Israeli, so...
Yeah.
Gotta keep cancelled.
What's that?
Gotta keep cancelled.
Get cancelled, yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. But it surprised me because I'm from a Jewish city, right? The city I'm from is like the third largest Jewish population center in North America. It's New York, Montreal, and Baltimore. And there's a lot of anti-Zionist Jews that organize. They organize to try to boycott all our buses in Baltimore, are run by a company called Veolia. Veolia runs a segregated bus line in Israel that only Israelis are allowed on.
Ah, is that
Not
true?
Palestinians.
We have
Those
Veolia
two
as well.
Yeah.
EBS.
Oh, we got a liberal.
Yeah. So this is a fucking apartheid company. They run a legally segregated bus service. In
EBS is running here in
Is
Amsterdam.
this
around.
really
It's
true?
an Israeli company.
They run a train line and
It's French.
Packet bus service.
I've got an Israeli building, so...
I don't know about Israeli buildings, but I mean that, like, there's a huge Jewish movement in the U.S. against, you know, not necessarily against the existence of Israel, but against the policies employed by Israel against the Palestinian people, calling for a settlement for justice from the Israeli side, because Israel has violated every single UN resolution ever passed against them. And then they go, oh, but this little rocket hit the house. And it's like, you just killed 3,000 fucking people in Gaza. You can't fucking do this. You can't sit here and talk about without looking at your policies too. So anyways, we can't let that shit get in the way of fucking fighting for justice in the present day. I wrote about trying to blockade U.S. military equipment at the port of Tacoma, Washington in 2007. And y'all know a folk punk band called the Hail Seizures? Have they ever come here? Do you know that?
Yeah, it's
Well, we had played this show together, me and the Hail Seizures and some people from Riot Folk, and then we're trying to go to bed and we get this phone call. The guys we're staying with get a phone call and they hear that the military is shipping their equipment out of the port to go to Iraq for the surge. So the people there had been blockading it at the port. They'd ripped the fence down around the port. They'd tried to blockade all the roads. So there we go. It's 3 in the morning. We're down there on the fucking, in the middle of this port, which is like a huge neighborhood, right? And it wasn't like one of these moments where you feel really cool because the cops are there and you're like, the whole world is watching. You know, it was like 3 in the morning and there was no media there and we were like, fuck, this is gonna suck ass, but we have to do it. Or what are we gonna do, turn around and fucking leave? Oh, sorry Iraqis, we were a little scared of the cops, so we went home, you know, to watch a movie. No, so you're standing there and it's fucking raining and it's cold and there's a bunch of fucking riot police in front of you and there's like 40 of us and like 30 of them and we're just standing there, you know? And then the equipment starts to come down the street and we just turn and run towards the equipment. And remember, always remember, you can always run faster than a riot cop because they got all the gear on. So keep going, you know? So we would run until we were out and then we'd go into the street and we would sit down and we would try to blockade the equipment. And the cops would come up and clear the street, pepper spray, tasers, batons, all that shit, arrest people, all of it. And then we would all go back and we would square off again like a fucking football match or something. It was very weird. But for 11 days straight, people came out every single day, every time there was a shipment, and they blockaded it. And they did that like 6 different times out there. At one point, they poured concrete on the railroad tracks to block the trains from coming. And the result of it was that the city of Olympia, at least one of the cities up there, voted that they would no longer ship U.S. military equipment out of the port because the war was illegal and unjust, and it was a citizen-controlled port, taxpayers owned it, and the protests forced them to stop working with the U.S. military, which has never happened in the U.S. So pretty fucking cool. Didn't stop the war, but gave us an idea of what to do next time, besides just marching around the White House endlessly. And this is a song about standing up when shit's scary but needs to be done, in whatever fashion it takes. They got cops in the streets, walking in lines with taser guns, wooden batons are trying to keep you scared. With violent attacks, you know it all comes down to how you react, and now you're face to face, seeing it all, disperse the warnings, they're making the call, they got busted back. When people like you, when they did that in the 50s, the movement grew. Young student, new to the game, movement elder, fanning the flames, combat veteran, seen it before, same tactics used in the foreign war. Final warning, you're keeping your ground, committed people sitting all around, through the bullhorn, it's all distorted, you can't leave now, we can't afford it, hold the line, even if your voice shakes, friend of mine, even if your voice shakes, push forward, it's up to you, see it through. The silence breaks, voices are loud, rubber bullets crack, pierce the crowd, heart starts pumping, scared but proud because the people still sitting in the tear gas cloud. The line advances, they're swinging sticks with the marching boots and the taser clicks, screaming erupt, someone got struck, people calling for a medic, they better hurry up, now the vomit comes in a flood, getting choked by the gas, hands covered in blood, bruised and beaten, limping away, remember it's always been this way, they'll beat you down, show you the guns, get fired sometimes, and then change comes, you stand firm, organize, and then come back, there's too many people, them to attack, you gotta hold the line, even if your voice shakes, friend of mine, even if your voice shakes, push forward, it's up to you, see it through. It's days like this, when something clicks, when you're confused, tired, and scared as shit, but your body's alive, but that heart felt driving you engage the prime right before your eyes, when you could have ran, but you stayed inside, when you were beaten and gassed, and you still came back, that feeling of power, you got deep down, rising to the top, when you get beat down, there's a world to win, when your heart is strong, and it doesn't do wrongs to focus on, every day brings a vision to strive for, something to live and die for, when you go back home and you're on your own, it's easy to feel like you're all alone, but it's through memory and hope that we stay supported, cause we can't quit now, we can't afford it, hold the line, even if your voice shakes, friend of mine, even if your voice shakes, push forward, it's up to you, see it through. Okay. listening to me. Thank you both for playing, and for the use of the guitar and all of this. I have a bunch of CDs. I have 10 of my albums over here. I don't have my newest one. I fucked up. I sold out. And I have a bunch of T-shirts that I make. And also, we didn't announce it earlier, but Shireen was supposed to play tonight, but she got really sick and lost her voice. So she's at home not talking, writing notes to
She
people.
will join you in Nijmegen again?
Hopefully. Come to Nijmegen on Saturday.
Come to Nijmegen.
It's the 27th anniversary party of the Onderbroek Social Center. I'll be playing, Shireen will be playing. There was a foosball tournament.
And then we're gonna ask for the
This
extra.
Saturday or next Saturday?
This.
Yeah, we're gonna
next
do it
Saturday.
extra.
Oh,
So, what about the crash
Do the
program?
extra.
what song?
Yeah, well, he thought about it.
Doe maar, let's lynch the
The
landlord,
crash
sorry.
song, Bata.
Here. Oh, Bata Motel would be fucking good.
Yeah.
We'll do this. Well, I'll give you a choice.
Well,
Bata Bata, come on.
Big A, little A, or Band from the
wing
Roxy?
it, wing it.
Big A, little A, or Band from the Roxy?
Medley.
I don't know what you're doing, Medley.
Yeah, I don't know your song, so wing
Hey,
it.
Bata Bata, I want to hear you doing a female voice.
Do, you,
What,
do
Bloody
your best
Revolution?
song now.
This is a song by Crass. I remember the first time I heard Crass. Oh, cheers. Thank you. Thanks for coming. I remember I first heard Crass and I thought, what the fuck is this shit? Why do people listen to this? Why does everyone have this shirt at school? You know? Because it was the dead Kennedys that politicized me when I was like 12. And then I heard Crass and I was like, oh. And then I read the lyrics book and I felt my life change. Like I was like, holy shit, this band is amazing. We have such shitty music. And I grew to love the music.
So do the best song.
And here's one of their songs.
Yeah.
Big A, little A. Sing along if you know it, oh please.
You're gonna.
Big A, little A, bouncing B. The systematic guy, but he won't get me. 1, 2, 3, folks, gotta control, like gonna let it get you. Gotta be a prisoner of the they say. Say you wanna be a self-Christ, think a lecture. They're out to get you. Hello, 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 this is the Lord God, can you hear? Well, hellfire and damnation's what I've got for you down there. On earth I have ambassadors, archbishops, figures, popes. We'll blind you with morality, you best abandon any hope. We're telling you that you'd better pray, cause you were born in sin. Right from the start we'll build a cell, and then we'll lock you in. We sit in holy judgment, condemning those that stray. We'll offer our forgiveness, but first we'll make you pay. And external control, you gotta let it get you. Gotta be a prisoner of the boundary, they say. Say you wanna be a self-oppressor, think a lecture. We're out to get you. Ahead of the status quo, I set the social scene. Well, I'm most concerned about my people. I want to give them peace, so I'm making sure that they stay in line with my army and police. My prisons and my mental homes have an ever-open door for those amongst my subjects who dare to ask for more. Unruliness and disrespect are things I can't allow, so I'll see the peasants grovel if they refuse to bow. And external control, you gotta let it get you. Gotta be a prisoner of the boundary, they say. Say you wanna be a self-aggressive, think I'll let you. We're out to get you. Introducing the prime sinister. She's a mother to us all. Like a Dutch boy's finger in the dike, her ass is in the wall. Holding back the future, waiting for the seas to part. Well, if Moses did it with his faith, she'll do it with an army. When the time threatened crisis is certain to be there. Guard national heritage no matter what or where. Palace for the kings and queens, mention for the rich, protection for the wealthy, defense of privilege. They've learned a ropes in Ireland, engaged in civil war, fighting for the ruling class and their ballot gets the poor. So I was just an island, sit down with a mind, preparing future bonds, we're later behind. Not every end of court since 1984. Guardian of the future, he'll implement the law. Something. A church and state school. Something. We'll implement the rules. It's time to look for methods to undermine the powers. It's time to turn the tables. The future must be ours. Be exactly who you want to be. Do what you want to do. I'm he and she is she, but you're the only you. No one else has got your eyes to see the things you see. It's up to you to change your life, and my life's up to me. Well, if the program's not the one you want, get up, turn off the set. It's only you who can decide what life you're gonna get. Well, if you don't like religion, you can be the Antichrist. If you're tired of politics, you can be an anarchist. But no one's ever changed the church by pulling down the steeple. You'll never change the system by bombing number 10. Systems aren't just made of bricks, they're mostly made of people. You can send them into hiding, but they'll be back again. Be exactly who you want to be, do what you want to do. I'm he and she is she, but you're the only you. And yeah, I have CDs, they're like, I think, €5, and I have shirts and stuff too. And these folks have CDs and some shirts too, so
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks
Do
again
our
for this.
best.
Also, there's still a jar of band donations. New people arriving. Anybody?